is such an important concept in design and development for so many reasons. It can help to establish brand identity, create visual interest in design projects, and even improve readability. Colors also have a psychological impact on those who view them, evoking different emotions and responses depending on the hue, saturation, and brightness. And while color is so important, it can also be the most daunting part of a project. So let's explore 4 books that are sure to inspire your color stories and help you create color harmony in your projects. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If this is your first time visiting, welcome, and for those of you returning, welcome back. I'm Jen and I'm the creative behind the channel. I'm a freelance graphic designer, illustrator, and educator based out of the Midwest, and I run Bella and Sophia Creative Studio. If you want to learn more about me, you can find me online at bellasophiacreative.com. On this channel, The Creative Studio, I share a variety of creative content focused on tutorials, resources like this video, and from time to time, a behind-the-scenes view of the work that I do as a creative freelancer. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe and explore around my library of free tutorials catered to those of you interested in graphic design, programs like Affinity and Procreate, as well as art and illustration. So today, we're going to be talking about 4 of my favorite books to source color inspiration as a designer. Last year, I shared a video that walked you through my process of creating easy color palettes using Procreate, and I'll link it in the description box below and in the cards above. I wanted to do a sister video to that video that goes through some really helpful book resources for color. So let's jump into the video and check out 4 epic books for color inspiration in design. So the first book I want to look at is The Complete Color Harmony by Tina Sutton and Bride M. Whelan. So this book is a bit of an older one, but I think it's a really comprehensive color reference that I can look through when trying to create some interesting color stories if I'm looking to go about the process in an analog way. The book does more than just offer color reference. It also has some basic color theory and explain how color fits into the whole design process. It also provides hundreds of 1, 2, and 3 color combinations selected to reflect a range of moods and adjectives, and I just find that it's a great option to look through as I'm working through both design and illustrative projects. The next book I want to highlight is Design Basics Index by Jim Krause. This is one of my favorite books from my student days that followed me even as a teacher, and this is a really old copy. I've had this since I was in undergrad, so this is a pretty old book. Design Basics is a fantastic resource that offers an abundance of color stories and an overview of color in design throughout the book. It also has some really helpful information and guides on things like composition and developing creative concepts, and it has guidance for those working in the graphic design industry or who are looking to pivot their career into it. There's more than just informational outlines though. It also has exercises that are meant to push your creativity and get you to apply the information that you learn throughout the book into an actual project. And best of all, the section on color highlights the importance of color throughout design. It offers references in terms of color combinations and resources overall that I think can be really helpful as you are working through creating projects. The third book that I'd like to highlight is Werner's Nomenclature of Colors. We're taking it way back with this book. This is the book that Charles Darwin used to describe colors in nature on the HMS Beagle. So before Pantone, there was Werner's Nomenclature of Colors. It's a gorgeous pocket-sized book that has an exploration of colors pre-photography, when all the details had to be captured through incredibly descriptive written words, hand-drawn scientific illustrations, and hand-mixed color swatches. According to the history of the text, in the late 18th century, mineralogist Abraham Gottlob Werner devised a standardized color scheme that allowed him to describe even the subtlest of chromatic differences with really consistent terminology. His scheme was then adapted by an Edinburgh flower painter, Patrick Samy, who used the actual minerals described by Werner to create the color charts in the book, enhancing them with examples from flora and fauna. And this is such a beautiful walkthrough of the colors of nature throughout history, and the guide is a beautiful reference, pull inspiration for color stories directly from nature. It's also a beautifully written book. If you're a lover of art and poetry and color, then this is is a fantastic resource for all of you creative color nerds like me out there. And the final book that I want to highlight is Ad Boy, Vintage Advertising with Character by Warren Dotz. So continuing with the vintage inspiration, if you're a lover of vintage advertising and iconography, this is a beautiful book that is jam-packed with more than 450 American ad characters, industry icons, and product personalities hailing from the 1950s, 60s, and 70s, and it's packed throughout the pages of this vibrant vintage collection throughout the book. While it's not a book focused on color per se, it has such an abundance of bright and bold vintage color combinations throughout the visuals that it's really great to tap into for color resource inspiration. And the book gives an overview of ad work during the post-war economic boom, which launched a generation of charming, cheeky, and relentlessly cheerful critters and characters. Many of these characters and well-known icons found their way into our homes and our hearts in print, on television, and on packaging throughout the years. If you like old-timey colorways or the fun offbeat ways old school advertisers branded, then this is a fantastic resource to add to your collection. And that is it for this video. I hope you found my overview of these 4 epic books for color inspiration helpful and informative. If you enjoy videos like this, be sure to leave a thumbs up and let me know what books and resources that you like to use for color inspiration in the comments below. And finally, if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to my channel so you can stay up to date on future videos just like this. It also helps so much as I continue to develop and build this community and offer helpful art and design related content. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.